Marie says she was horrified when her after a recent college graduate walked and I got a notification on my Fitbit.
Welcome to episode 20 of the Monolog Podcast. I'm your co-host for today's episode, Jose, and I'm joined by the usual cast. We got Ricky, Marcus, and Julio, and we also got a very special guest today. So we got Adam Copeland from My Shitty Podcast. So welcome, Adam.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
How the hell are you?
I'm doing good. Doing
Long
really
time
good.
no see, a whole week.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm happy to be back on. Thanks for inviting me onto your podcast. This is it's a good time, man. You guys crushed it on mine. Yeah, I
really appreciate it. Talk about crushing it. Talk about crushing it. We had some milestones last week. So we had 1,500 followers on Instagram. We had, I believe, 700 followers on TikTok. But the milestone that I want to celebrate is 50 followers on
this guy.
That's huge. That went from 4 followers, which were us 3 plus Ricky's wife. And now we got 50. So
wait a minute.
I got a Twisted Tea in celebration of 50 for Twitter. I feel it's appropriate.
Yeah,
I mean, exactly.
I'm actually drinking tea myself.
78.
You're 78 now.
We cracked 50. Yeah, we cracked 50, and then today, when I last checked it, we're at 78. So we're getting close to that first 100.
Damn.
But
you remember your first 50 followers on Twitter?
Yeah, we're close.
Yeah, is that right? I'm one of them, right?
Yeah, I think you're one of them.
Yeah, we follow each other.
Man, if you can follow us on Facebook, that'd be great.
Bruh. This guy.
I gotta throw it out there, bro. I'm dying out there on Facebook.
I'll drop a story for the Facebook follow. Don't worry, Julio. All right, so let's kick it off with a great joke now. So what is Quasimodo's go-to pickup line?
What's that?
It's wanna hump.
Speaking of Disney.
Jesus, where I thought you were going with this?
What do you thought?
Do the hump.
I thought you were gonna be like, if you hump me, can I hump back?
That would have been
pretty good.
That would have been better.
That's good.
Let's go with that as the original kickoff joke. All right, so now it's time for the weekly catch-up. So we'll start with Julio. How was your last week?
There was a couple of mornings last week that were just ridiculously hectic. Tried telling a bunch of old guys to like sanitize their hands and to follow the COVID guidelines when they're coming into like a big ass construction site. They just throw
a bunch of old guys.
I don't know. You want to go ask the union that hired him?
No,
I just thought it was going to be one of those like cum cams again.
Oh God. No, not again. No, dude, but like seriously, like I told this welder, bro, like, hey, you gotta fucking like desanitize. Well, I got gloves on and I put hand sanitizer before I left my truck. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't trust that. Clean your fucking hands. And then he doesn't want his temperature taken on his floor. He's like, you got to do it on the wrist. The CDC says you can do it on my wrist. He's like putting his wrist on my face. I'm like, get that shit out of my face.
Is that still accurate? Use the wrist?
No. Like if you were to do the armpit or like even like the inner thigh, it would be, but you know, with like a sensor thermometer, you can't.
You should tell them that the CDC also said that an anal thermometer is more accurate. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Technically, it is.
And that's gonna be my report. Oh, so hey, he actually came by today, and the dude was just like, "Hi, can I just?" He almost like lost the contract and got kicked his shit last week. So he was one of like the big wigs that didn't want to follow the rules. He kind of got his shit. He got his shit pushed in by upper management above him. Yeah. Besides that, I celebrated the 1-year anniversary of meeting my girlfriend this weekend. We went out to this thing called Dinosaur Quest out in Sacramento. So it's like a drive-through event where you're like pretty much driving through and there's like a bunch of like big-ass dinosaurs scattered all over the place. They're moving around. They're making noises. I was happily entertained like a child.
Was she?
That was the entertaining part of your day?
It's like how in the night.
Can't discuss that on here. comment. And we had sushi afterwards for dinner, so it was a good night out there.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
that's all I got.
You double up on sushi after dinner?
He didn't catch that at
What
all.
you did there?
He didn't catch that
All
at
right.
all.
Yo,
Marcus,
No
how's your
comment.
week?
Oh, bro, did you see the look on his fucking face, bro?
He
Straight.
got so embarrassed, bro.
It flew over his head like TIE fighters fly over mine. The fuck? Anyway, so me, I guess. Aside from being woken up early as fuck in the butt crack of dawn, thanks to fucktard over here.
Oh, that shit was
Who
today,
texts
right?
people at 5 a.m?
Now, I understand
Matter of
I'm
fact, we
2
should put
hours
that-
ahead, but still, I didn't go to work till fucking 10. I did not appreciate being woken up early as fuck in the morning
at
Remember, he was
7 a.m.
considerate.
Sit on the poll.
Could have been 4 a.m.
for a fucking
I
YouTube
could've texted-
workout video that we're
Yeah.
never gonna watch.
I could have texted you all that at 4 a.m.
Mind
Way
you,
over.
there are two of us in this group that do not sleep alone.
That's true. Also, putting your
That's
phone
crazy.
as not disturb would have made sense.
No,
No,
they shouldn't
because
have to.
people that are normal know not to disturb people at fucking 5 a.m. I
Yeah,
could
dumbass.
literally put that on a poll on Twitter tonight and it'd be like, yo, what's an appropriate time to text somebody in the mornings? What do you think,
Bobby,
Adam?
man.
Man, I think you're safe at like 9:30. You know, I don't know what people have going on, but 9:30, I feel like you're at least having a cup of coffee at that time, right?
You're
It
at
seems
least
appropriate.
up.
You
Yeah.
dumbass.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you
you're at
really
least
try to use the do not disturb function on your phone as an argument to justify you waking motherfuckers up early as
Fuck you.
fuck in the morning?
It did occur to me while I was like hovering my finger of holding off till like 7 a.m. our time.
It was at this moment he realized he fucked
He
up,
fucked up.
but he gave no fucks.
I was just like, whatever consequence is going to come from this, I'm just going to deal with it. Fuck it. And I just hit send.
Yeah.
Now that the anal reaming has commenced, I'll get on with my week. So, as you guys know, Texas repealed the whole mandatory face mask mandate, right? So,
Yeah.
not all businesses have chosen to remove their mask requirements. Just on the simple fact that, one, they have to reach out to every business so that way everybody knows that this is now a thing. Costco is one of the businesses that has not released its mask mandate. So the funny thing about the place that I'm going, because I'm training for loss prevention at Costco, at another one. So this Costco apparently donates to HPD. So out of appreciation, they gave 1 unit over the weekend. And as cool as that was, it basically fucked up us catching people stealing shit just because not too many people are going to try and steal shit when they know there's a cop close by. And
You got the scarecrow to turn.
That's exactly what the fuck happened. Like, nobody tried anything. But this morning, before we got there, some lady tried swapping the price tags on some meat and almost got away with it. But thank God.
I'll give
do
her
you
some
do
meat to
that?
swap.
But thank God, Linda, the queen of self-checkout, caught it. And because she's the queen, she put this lady on blast. Basically embarrassed the shit out of her. And like I was watching the security camera, and you could see, like, I could tell she called her husband and told him about the whole thing as she was walking on her way out. But it's not the first time she's done this shit. Apparently, she got us before last week. So
Oh, wow.
she'll be back, and when she comes back, we'll be ready for her ass. So that'll be the next Redheaded Chronicles
You
edition.
should just walk up behind her every time when she comes to the store and just be like, dun-dun. Dun-dun.
Every time.
Here's the funny shit about that. My damn the guy who's training me, they call him the shark. So
Wow.
Appropriate.
Hey, as she approaches the item she's gonna steal, just speed up the music. Donna. Collapses of a heart attack.
Dude, I spent most of the day looking for the damn Jaws theme so I could play it on my phone when I show up to work and just play the shit. Just stop and start, just like, damn it.
It's probably gonna be the baby
Hey,
shark.
Bulls, imagine
The baby shark? No.
Baby shark, baby.
Baby shark.
I can already see Bulls walking out with like a little Bluetooth speaker bumping that music as
Oh,
he gets closer.
wait. Jose. What if I merge that with the fucking Jaws theme?
Oh,
So like right when it goes,
Oh.
baby shark.
Well, how is that not a
Isn't it
mashup?
the same beat? Just
That'd be
head up.
Yeah, because it's gonna continue in the background. So fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
for real. How's that not a
I
matchup?
think I'm gonna do that.
That sounds dope.
If I get my hands on a good like wireless body camera to like clip to my fucking thing, so I can at least film this shit. By the way, I'm not doing that just in case anyone from Costco is watching. I highly doubt it. I don't want to fired. Like I just got this new position, so that'd be kind of.
You broke their
No.
policy.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. You broke their policy.
90% of the time, we just talk about hypotheticals here.
Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
But tell me y'all wouldn't want to see that shit happen. Catching somebody.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Body
Oh,
cam
my
footage? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, if you guys want to see that shit, please comment down below.
Donate towards the purchase of body cam for Marcus.
No, do not do that.
We always with the money plug. Don't
I know.
donate. We're good.
Yeah, I know. Because then he's obligated to. Then he has.
Now
to
they think we're gold diggers. God,
Yeah. That's how we get the channel deleted. Soliciting money. Come on, Julio.
Ah, that's right, huh?
So Adam, how's
This
your
isn't
week?
OnlyFans, Julio.
My week.
I don't know what I post pictures of on there.
Adam, what's up? You're weak.
Hey, okay, yeah. So my week's been pretty good. This is unrelated to like where I'm going, but I got a puppy. So my sleep's kind of been off a little bit. And I don't know if that's making me like hyper vigilant or whatever, but kind of like sleep deprivation sort of dials you in.
Ooh.
And my boss, so real fast, I'll give you a backstory. I work at a Japanese spa and I do Japanese style woodworking. So basically Japanese carpenter. And my boss
is awesome.
it's a pretty rad little position. But my boss is a white guy that went to Japan and he lived there for a couple of years. So he's really like, I'm glad to have his expertise whenever I don't know how to.
Samurai shit.
Yeah, seriously.
I
Did he
swear
come
he's got
back with a sword and kimono?
I promise he's got a sword. I promise he does. He's that kind of guy where you just know, like he's got a little bit of a gray ponytail, and you're like, oh, you got a sword, bro. I know you do.
If someone breaks one of his house, it's over for them.
You know, he's cutting bamboo reeds in his fucking backyard.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead, bro.
seriously.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. It just really sounded like you were telling me the storyboard for The Last Samurai.
No, for real. That's where I got my idea. You're like, you're just ripping this from other movies. So I work with a lot of Hispanic guys as well. And hablo un poco de español. Like I speak a little bit of Spanish, but not enough to get me in trouble, not enough to get me out of trouble.
Enough
He
to order
speaks
your
no.
food at the taco truck.
What's up? Say it again.
Enough to order your food at the taco truck.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hey, that's survival, son.
Right. So do any of you guys speak Spanish?
Yeah, fluent.
Yeah,
Spanish? Okay, cool. So this guy Chris speaks better English than I do, but he has a little bit of an accent, right? And I noticed that my boss, whenever he comes in, he changes he'll say, "Hey Adam, go get that hammer. I want you to find the hammer that's been missing for a week." And then Chris comes in and he goes, "Hey Chris, how's it going? Good to see you." And this accent. And I'm like, that's not that's not Spanish, and B, I don't think that's like socially acceptable, man. To speak like Speedy Gonzalez's cousin. What was Speedy Gonzalez?
Dude.
Like Slowpoke Lopez or something like that? Or Slowpoke.
I think it was like Pablo something, wasn't it?
That is exactly what I
Speedy
thought about.
Gonzalez.
Yeah, and he was like, the mousetrap would go off like 3 times, but he was so slow it never even like got to him. And he was, it's a nice day for a siesta. So he does that. Like, and then he'll just turn it right back off and come to me like, okay, we got to get this project going. Okay, Chris, see you next time. I'm like, I don't think he understands you better when you do that, man. And plus, he speaks perfect English. Like that doesn't help you in any way, and it sounds
I
kind
guarantee
of
you.
wild.
Like, did he walk up to him and was like,
Oh, man.
dude, I'm American.
Yeah, right.
No, I guarantee you that
I'm from
the
Fresno,
Hispanic
bro.
guy is like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. And then he turns around, looks at the other Mexicans, man, fuck that guy.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm like, okay, Chris, I'll see you later, man. I don't know why he's doing this shit. Like, I don't know why he turns to me. Then turns to you. And, okay, see you later.
He probably
I'll see
thinks
you
he
tomorrow.
lives like in. He probably thinks he lives like in a barrio, and he actually like lives in the suburbs.
That's hilarious.
Like he
I don't
gets
even- and
invited
I
for dinner, and he's like, "Oh my god, you live here?"
Like, yes, white people mow my lawn.
Right.
Dude.
Oh, bro, that's hella funny because that reminds me, like when we moved it. So I live at a homeowners association because I live in a condo, and now I have a gardeners for like the front lawn and shit. So I looked at my wife and I was like, "Babe, we made it."
And one of them say, hey, you want to get me help? You want to get me help with these weeds?
No. I swear to God, one time I came home and one of them damn near was like, "Hey, senor, you can't park there. The owner's gonna be home soon."
Fucked up.
I guess I don't.
No, but
man, I guess
Chris,
I don't look like I live here.
You know what your story reminds me of? So it reminds me of when I go grocery shopping with my wife. Because my wife is American. She's a redhead, completely pale white woman. So sometimes she'll send me to go get stuff like tortillas or something, away from her. So in order for her to stop making me do that, every time I come back, I'm always like, "Senora, I got the tortillas that you asked for, but I really should get back to the yard because your husband will know that I didn't mow it today."
You could accidentally slip into some role playing there, and like it might
Bro.
be, you might be into it.
Hey, she might be into that.
Right? Yeah.
Nah,
Like,
but it might have to be something more gangster, like, "Orale, I came into your house. You're gonna give me that ass."
Bro, that was too believable.
That was
know, right?
Sorry, I watched Training Day today, and I just remembered those guys when it's like, "You ever had your shit pushed in?"
You watched Training Day, and that was the damn voice you went with? You sure as hell didn't go with the Denzel villain voice?
No, because
I'm surgical with this bitch, Jake.
No, dude, Hector. It's like I think. What does he say? I think he's a fucking ruler, Pato ese. I like that. I like that shit.
Where did you get this?
Oh man,
Where did you get this idea, eh?
No,
You better
fuck,
not
man.
be
I
lying
didn't
to
even
me.
know that dude's name was
fucking
Hector.
his ass.
Told me. Like, yeah, he plays himself all the time.
In every movie.
I know.
How's your week, Rick?
Like he's got his own MCU.
Well, I mean, since he decided to make a Last Samurai reference, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys that like my week was pretty like mellow up until the other day, where I definitely had like something that could have been in Fast and the Furious happen to me on the highway.
Yep.
Oh shit, what happened?
Okay, so every day I try to time my lunch to line up with my wife's lunch. We work so close together that we could just drive one car to work and then go home, have lunch. I drop her off and I go back to work.
Right.
It just so happened that this day we're getting on the highway, and we normally either drive the SUV, but that day we were trying to save gas, so the Chevy Spark, yes, a Chevy Spark, was higher in fuel. So we were like, let's just drive that today. We're on our way back from lunch, and I get on the freeway, get up to 70, get into the fast lane, and I see this Dodge Charger coming up behind me super fast. And so I try to get over because I like driving fast sometimes. So I like when cars get out of my way. So I try to do the right thing and get out of their way when I see somebody speeding. And I couldn't because there was a car to my right. So by the time there's enough space, this car's already behind me. And I'm looking at the rear view and the guy's already like cussing me out, like cussing up a storm.
Mm-hmm.
When there's finally enough space, the car gets to my right. So he takes the space before I could even move. So I have to come back into my lane, pulls up next to me, rolls his window down. I look over and he's like just wailing, like moving his arms, flailing them, and basically cussing me out. And I was like, yo, like, I'm with my wife. I don't have time for this. So I speed up a little bit. He speeds up again, right? But this time, I just happened to glance over. And as I glance over, he's reaching underneath his seat.
Oh, fuck.
And his hand, yeah, dude, his hand comes up and I see the back of a Glock. So I tap I just tap my brakes and he slams them on to the point where his brakes lock. I could see smoke coming out of the back tires. And that's like my opening, right? Because I just tapped them and I gun it and I just start driving as fast as I possibly can and start swerving through traffic. I get to the exit that we're supposed to take if I was going to work, not if she was going to work. So I'm getting off and I make a quick right and he's still following me. He manages to like catch up, follow me because I'm driving the Chevy Spark and he's driving the Dodge Charger with the Hemi engine. So like there's only so much space I can put
between the tortoise and the hare.
Yeah.
Yep.
And basically I get off and make that right and make it past the next light. But the light after that is red. So I leave a little space between me and the car in front of me, hoping that like this dude's just trying to scare us and he just keeps driving because the other lane to my left has a lot of space. Like there's no cars blocking his way, so he could get pretty much to the light if he wanted to. Right. But no, the dude decides to cut me off, like parallel park his car or perpendicular park his car in front of mine. And he jumps out and starts running at my car. So I have to put it in reverse, look behind me, turn the steering wheel real quick. As I'm turning, I pop it back into drive so that I could take off. And now I'm going in the opposite direction in traffic.
Fuck.
Just speeding off.
Dude.
And I'm honking the horn, making sure cars like see me coming at them so they can move out of the way. And as I'm doing the U-turn, I've already told my wife to call 911. Mm-hmm. And she's on the phone with 911, but she starts having a panic attack. So as I'm driving, I have to like take the phone from her with one hand and like talk to her and then explain to 911 that talk to 911 and explain to them like, yo, like I am illegally driving in the wrong direction right now because somebody just flashed a gun at me. I'm trying to get away. And the lady's like, I don't care about you driving in the wrong direction. What does the car look like? Trying to get all this information. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to pull into the Chevron. That's like right by where we got off the freeway. But in the middle of her panic attack, my wife is like, no, like he's going to know, he's going to come, he's going to get us here. Like, don't. So I have to go to the next light and then make a right. And there's a Ford dealership that I just happen to know, like the service reps and stuff like that. So I pull into the Ford dealership and just park between the cars. Like if I'm going to purchase a vehicle or something while I'm talking to the police. Luckily, the guy didn't follow or nothing like that from that point on. But yeah, like that's the scariest shit I've had happen to me in a while.
Bro, that is legit. That is legit what would happen if you were the main character in a horror story or a horror movie. Mm-hmm. No death. You made it out of there. The fucking killer couldn't find you. But
Dude,
on another note,
that's exactly why there's no Mexican in scary movies.
Yeah, just black guys who die first. Ain't that a bitch? Anyway, so if this cock thistle somehow discovers this video and this story, I hope you know your ass is on blast and we will be coming for your ass. Mm-hmm. Do yourself a favor, run and hide. That's all I got to say about that. Because I may live in Texas, but I will get a gang of motherfuckers to come and get your ass. You don't fuck with family.
Dude, it was crazy because my wife was like, what would have happened if he would have came around that corner, like flashing the gun? And I told her, shut up. And my mind went to a real dark place. I was like, I would have just driven forward and hit him with my car.
Boom.
That's what I thought too.
Same here.
At that point, there's no way you're going to go to jail. This asshole's running at you with a damn gun.
Let's hope.
Yeah, so that's basically been my week, guys.
Damn. Hey, well, Ricky won. That's
Ricky won.
Hey, good podcast, guys. All right, have a good night. Like, you can't really talk.
That's it. Everybody, yeah.
Wrap it up. Yeah.
Right, let's call it a night. Lights out.
Yeah, I'm done. No way on top of that.
Jesus.
No, well, I gotta follow
I
that.
can't take my helmet off, guys. I'm on break. Fuck. My supervisor's gonna ding me again.
Yeah, Jose. I'm sorry that you have to follow it up with that, bro. My bad.
Oh, I know. The only tie-in I have with family is that my dad came over this weekend. So you guys remember a few episodes back, I mentioned how the wind in Fairfield was really strong and it knocked over some of my fence.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I mentioned I was going to hire someone to do it. So he must have seen the episode because he's like, I'm going to go help you fix it. You're not hiring anybody. I said my Saturday.
You're Mexican.
Yeah, he's like, you're
I hired
Mexican.
your dad.
I'm hiring another Mexican. So we went to the Home Depot, got a 4x4, some cement, fixed that fence, reused a lot of the pipe boards. He did most of the work. I probably like 90% of it, and I was still exhausted.
Oh.
So I felt like Mexican.
You weren't kidding when you said you're not much of a handyman.
No, I'm not much. I'm not much.
Bro, you went
Yeah.
to school for engineering. What the fuck?
It wasn't civil engineering. All right.
He knows.
Okay,
He
cool.
knows how it's supposed to be built, not the actual building process.
Dude, he's like the
So
engineer.
if we had to go back to Egyptian times, basically, Jose, you'd be the dude with the whip.
I'll be networking. I was like, who can do this? Let's be friends.
Yeah, the dude with the whip.
Look, you got the option to be friends.
Like,
but
hey,
I'm with you. Pick
I
which
know
one you
I
want.
know I tell your ass up, but we still watching the game after work, right?
Since
I'll
your
bring the beers.
Your dad clearly listens to this. I'm gonna say, when it comes to building that fence, bro, el que sabe sabe.
Yep.
Cheers.
And with that, let's transition to our next dirty joke. So we have what pickup line did the Mad Hatter use on the March Hare?
A lot of pickup lines.
Let's
So
switch,
it
please.
was, can I get into your rabbit hole?
Nice.
Nice.
Perfect. All right, and then look what I found. Let's start off with Marcus this time.
All right, so I got a man calls the police on himself, trying to spark a George Floyd incident. Now, basically, this is exactly what happened. So I forgot the kid's name, but someone labeled as a woman called 911 saying that there was a kid at a bus stop brandishing fidgeting with a firearm. So the police come out and speak to the kid, and of course he's like, "No, I'm just I'm waiting at this bus stop for the bus to come so I can go see my PO." Because they search him, find no weapons. He lifts up his leg. He shows like a fucking an ankle monitor from the DLC. And they ask him, like, can you think of any reason why someone would say you'd have a firearm? He was like, no, but I don't have a firearm, and I thank you guys for your professionalism. And then they leave. The very next day, mind you, he said he was going to see his damn PO that day. So the next day, he goes to his PO, which is when his apparent appointment is, and he tells him that he was the victim of racial profiling by the police, saying that someone called 911 on him and said that he had a firearm. Now, of course, he followed up with this, contacted the police officers, come to find out that the number that was used in order to call 911 was used 7 times within the last year. And the number is registered to him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we miss payphones.
He used his own fucking cell phone to call the police on himself. And this is not the first time. This is the second time that he's falsely called the police on himself, because the first time he pretended to be a dad and said he has daughters, and he sees some black kid out front walking around with a gun. Now, I'm not going to say we all, because I don't know if you grew up in the hood, Adam, but have you guys ever seen a motherfucker just walking down the street with a gun?
No, that's
No,
some white people shit.
And I did go,
Nah.
dude.
Normally, the only time you see a gun was a motherfucker's about to use it, right?
I've seen a dude drop a gun out of his pants. Shit.
That's not what I asked, but anyway.
Yeah.
The simple fact of the matter is, we've never seen a dude walking around with a gun. In fact, the only time you've ever seen that shit is on TV shows and fucking movies.
No, I've seen in the news, and it's usually a white guy with an unfucking loaded shotgun on his back.
Yep.
That's true.
A
Man.
Trying to
AR-15
carry
with no
3
magazine.
AR-15s.
I was just racking my brain. I was like, I don't want to burst the bubble or like be the, but I do think a white guy with like a shotgun was walking down the streets in Texas somewhere. Like maybe within a year. Like
No, I think was it like 3?
Other than that, Marcus, you're right. Like in the hood, you just don't see a gun. Like
Shit
that's
that
something
fucks me up
Not
about that.
openly, at least.
This dude told his PO in the past that he sees himself in a George Floyd type situation. Whoa. Meaning this idiot was literally trying to, I don't know, like I guess he was a fanboy or something, and he was just trying to become a martyr for no damn reason.
Yeah.
No, bro. There's people like that. Like, have you guys seen that documentary I mentioned to you guys? Don't fuck with cats.
Right.
Not yet.
So in that Netflix documentary, that dude basically modeled his entire fucking story behind that one movie.
Really?
People are just fucking wild. Yeah, bro. Watch the documentary. You know, it's not like one of the YouTube videos that you send us that we don't really give a shit about. This is actually quite interesting.
Yeah. I'm actually keen right now.
Now that I think about it, freaking Timothy McVeigh, the Oklahoma City bomber, he was inspired by the Unabomber.
Yeah.
So.
Sweet. And then Julio got a story about a college graduate that was a hero.
Yeah, so this college graduate on a Friday night jumps in and saves a 75-year-old woman that was getting carjacked in San Francisco at a Safeway grocery store.
And we got footage.
We got footage.
All right, let's roll it.
Clip.
It was the ultimate adrenaline rush. I could barely sleep.
You're looking at the moments after a recent college graduate walked out of a Safeway in the Richmond district early Thursday evening and noticed something was very wrong.
And I'm walking across like the parking lot, and I see this old woman getting dragged across by her head, and these girls are punching her, they're kicking her, stomping on her.
According to SFPD, a 75-year-old woman walking back to her red Lexus was attacked by 3 young women who took her keys and purse and tried to carjack her. That's when this Good Samaritan, who doesn't want to be named, jumped in after dropping his jug of almond milk.
Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out why I did this, but I just punched through the back window. And it was loud enough and kind of scary enough to freak him out.
You can see the suspects get out of the car and briskly make their way to a waiting vehicle.
Comfort the woman and call the police.
The woman was described to me by a witness as tough as nails and declined treatment at the hospital. But before leaving,
she thanked me, and she said that I don't have to pay for her windshield or her back window, so that's really nice.
As the investigation continues, our college grad didn't forget to pick up his dropped jug of milk.
Oh my God! I had to get my milk. That's not cheap.
And wishes the senior a speedy recovery.
I think I would say just, stay strong. The community has your back.
And
we're back.
All right, so the college graduate jumped in to help out. He's not identifying himself. He wants to be anonymous. But when he saw what happened, he drops his gallon jug of almond milk, ran towards the car because the 2 girls that jumped the lady were already in it trying to take off, and smashes out the back window to this like Lexus SUV. And that scared the chicks so bad that they jumped out and started running off as other people were chasing after them. Yes.
Why didn't he throw the gallon jug of almond milk at him? He's gonna fucking waste it. You might as well at least use it saving some lives.
Hey man, ask him. But he just apparently dropped the shit when he saw and heard the commotion and just started running towards the car.
Listen, if you have a jug of almond milk, you're not athletic enough to throw a jug of almond milk.
You got a point.
Yo, all I'm saying is if you're already in the car with keys in the ignition and the engine's already running, and a back window getting broken out scares you enough to jump out, you ain't a real thug. You should have just put that bitch in reverse and taken off.
Yeah.
Right,
I guess I got
to. That's what I did.
Hey!
In reverse.
Yup. Against traffic.
This shit writes itself.
For real, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't make this stuff up.
But we do.
Unless you fucking say that, then we can make it up.
Yeah. So the article that I found has to do also with, I guess we can call him a thug, but there was a 29-year-old Louisiana man who was selling his dirt bike. He was asking for about $2,700, and he was meeting this guy at an apartment complex, probably 2 towns away. So he meets up with them at 10 a.m. and is shot and killed. So his family isn't able to contact him after a few hours, and then they end up filing the missing person report. They end up finding his car back in his home city with a dead body inside the cell phone, and they look at the past conversations, and it was the Facebook messages with this guy doing the meetup. So police follow up at the apartment complex. Lo and behold, his dirt bike is in the patio right there. They arrest the guy, but man, that was wild.
What a dumbass. Yeah, we got footage of the news clips. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Play that.
Good morning, everybody. Everybody ready?
Good morning. Yeah.
All right. We're here to announce the arrest of Jalen Harvey, male, 624 of 2020 years old, from Harvey, Louisiana, in an apartment of 2101 Manhattan Boulevard, for the murder of Joseph Vindell, 12/24/91. From what we understand, I had actually be here today for an overnight investigation. Mr. Vindell was attempting to sell a dirt bike on one of the marketplace apps on Sunday, and left his house in New Orleans around 10 a.m. To sell that bike. Mr. Vindell never returned from that transaction. His family continued to start looking for him at this point in time, contacted NOPD as for missing persons, and started backtracking any place that he may have gone because of the app. That led the family to come to Jefferson, able to do. During that investigation, we were able to provide a message going back and forth between the suspect and Mr. Vindell, leading us to the apartment complex located at 2101 Manhattan Boulevard. Our deputies went to that location and were able to find the dirt bike in one of the patios of one of those apartment complexes. At that point in time, they made contact with Mr. Jalen Harvey.
We're back.
All right, guys. Yeah, no, that's crazy to think that like anybody would actually logically think that they're going to get away with it when they're interacting with somebody on a social media type of platform.
Yeah, I'm cautious about fucking buying shit on Facebook Marketplace because of shit like that.
To me, like the only privacy that exists nowadays is the privacy that you maintain yourself, like what you release online. Whether it's messaging.
Bro, come on, 90% of the time we don't even have privacy when we go take a shit because we take our phone with us.
Yep. Yeah, and apparently your phone is always recording.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello, what a say, guy.
I said phone, dumbass.
Yeah, I feel like we're back in the day, like where you used to be able to get away with crimes. That's going to be like a fleeting thing pretty soon. It's going to go the way of the dodo bird because the most recent news story I heard was somebody turned someone else in through like ancestry.com. They're like, hey, this cat's like related to you. He's your cousin. Can you show me where he's at? And like they turned him in because they're like, oh, he's wanted for murder? Yeah, I'll tell you where he's at. Like
they caught a serial killer and rapist out here in California through that too.
Oh, was that it? Okay,
from like the mid 60s to the 70s.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that how they caught the California murderer or something like that? Like
the
dude that ended up being a police officer?
Yeah.
California
rapist or some shit?
Yeah. He actually ended up it was crazy because the way he covered up his crimes was he was investigating his own crimes for years, bro.
Damn.
Quick question about crime. So feel free to disagree with me on this one. I know, right?
No.
But don't you guys feel like if you're in the left lane and you're doing the speed limit, you need to get the fuck out the left lane because this is meant for crime?
I feel like
That's
the left lane
Yes.
is
Like
is
it goes
appropriate to use them
right
on
lane
both.
speed limit, left lane speeding, the next one excessive speeding, last lane crime.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm
Only
usually
got-
criminally speeding on the left lane.
You're always criminally speeding in the left lane.
Adam, where are you from, bro?
I'm from Oak Cliff, Texas. Like from Dallas, Texas.
Oh,
So
wow.
you guys are close to Texas.
Hey,
But I
Okay,
live
no,
in
I was just wondering because like the speed limit out here is 65, but I guarantee you
Yeah.
that most Californians drive 80.
Hell yeah,
Totally.
man. Hell yeah.
I
Yeah.
comfortably cruise at 75.
Yeah.
Stop
But
lying.
I've driven ambulances as high as 95 before.
Dude,
Dude,
remember,
I
I
live-
used to ride with you, asshole. You were not doing 75.
I live
I
in
know.
Santa Fe, New Mexico right now, and the cops here are so underpaid that you just don't get speeding tickets. So like everybody just goes like bananas. It's like the wild,
Wow.
wild west out here.
Hold
man.
on. In
Go ahead,
Santa
yeah.
Fe,
talk about it.
my girlfriend works in Orla, Texas, so it's borderline close to New Mexico. She got a fucking speeding ticket in New Mexico, right at the
Oh.
border from Texas.
Oh shit.
Like
Okay.
that cop was
They-
out to get somebody.
Listen, he said
Who do you hire?
they're underpaid. They just wanted to give her a reason to come back.
For real,
Right, yeah.
Hey, you got to pay those car fees and a ticket, man.
coming to get
Yeah,
you
man,
again,
yes.
motherfucker.
Slip them a
So,
20
Adam,
with that driver's license.
what was your news story for the week?
Oh man, so this actually happened on Thursday, and it's always whenever I'm looking for a news story, Florida never lets me down, man. I don't know what's going on in Florida.
Yeah,
In Ocala, Florida.
They're basically the penis of, or the butthole of the country.
Yeah,
Florida's
no,
a different breed altogether.
Yeah, seriously, man. So
Can
and
we just sell
Ocala,
Florida to Cuba?
That's
Can
what
we
I
just
was
sell
saying.
Florida to Cuba?
Yeah,
They
there's
already
Florida
technically
land.
own this shit.
There's enough Cubans there that are like, yeah, it's pretty much ours. Especially Miami, I guess, like that
Hey,
area.
Oh, yeah.
The more
That's
That's
southern
how
you go.
America. That's how
Like,
America got
we're just
California,
renting this
Texas,
to
and
you.
Nevada. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
That's
Yeah,
how
yeah.
America did it. Why not reverse it?
Absolutely, man. We're all semi-immigrants here. Like, if you're not a Native American, you came here from somewhere else. Like, hey, sorry,
No,
bro.
but
Like,
like, so
Yeah,
for
right.
example, you know, like the Spanish-American War, right?
yeah,
You know how that
the one
went
nobody
down,
ever
right?
talks about.
The one
Yeah,
we
nobody
did
ever
not
talks
learn
about
about
that
in
because
school.
yeah, exactly. So we don't really talk about that because what happened was when it was still part of Mexico, Mexico was inviting everybody, like, yo, come over, like we need people to populate this spot and like maintain the land and type of shit like that. So what the United States started doing is they started selling military personnel, right? And once there was enough soldiers living in areas of Mexico, the United States was just like, fuck it, we're taking it.
yeah. Damn.
That's why the
Savage.
president at the time, yeah, that's why the president at the time had no other choice than to sell it for pennies on the dollar. Because it was like, I'm either going to get something for it or I'm not going to get nothing.
Right. Damn. Oof. It's
I know
ugly,
I'm
man, when you look
hungry.
back. It's
Yeah.
ugly.
So what did Florida do this week?
Okay. So
I got deep pretty quick.
yeah, I know, right? I'm crying over here. Fuck, you're right, man. In
Hello, Joe Trippiu.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
you're crying. Yes, Alex.
Don't look at me.
In Ocala, Florida, a 42-year-old man at 11 p.m. on Thursday night on his motorcycle hit a bear. A bear just like stood up in the middle of the road. He hit it full
Hold on.
blast.
A bear, like a real bear, or like Bull's bear.
Finally, I see. I was like, biker. He hit a bear. All right, I get this is a joke on me, right? I kept reading, but the joke, or I guess the non-joke is like, holy fuck, there's bears in Florida. I didn't know there were bears in Florida.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
my
know that either.
reaction right
That's
now.
news to me.
I wouldn't
Question.
expect them to be down there.
Did the bear
Yeah.
RKO the biker?
You got bears, alligators, and Carol Baskins to look for, like Like,
Look
fuck
out.
Lions, Tigers, Bears, man. You got Carol Baskins, alligators, and bears. Like that's enough to keep me out of there. That's
Yeah. And the
Wow.
humidity.
Baskins and gators and bears. Oh my.
Oh my, yeah.
Bulls excited.
Yeah, so the bear died on site, and then the guy later died at an area hospital because he wasn't wearing a helmet.
Ooh.
But Marcus, I see
So
you're
the
covered.
biker RKO'd the bear.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yo,
yeah.
so I'm wondering because when I went to go do my motorcycle safety course years ago, the instructor told us a story about how he rode through a deer and his bike and him got covered in deer guts and stuff, right? So I'm wondering that, like, huh?
How?
The bike crashed like head on into the deer.
No. I understand that, but he would have to been going over 120 miles an hour when colliding with the deer to have enough force because the deer weighs as much as him and that whole fucking bike.
I'm aware. Again,
And to be honest, it would have damaged the bike. Fuck splitting them in half. Like I saw a deer actually get split in half by a pickup truck.
Well, he told me it was a big bike. It was like one of those like Honda Goldwings, the big touring bikes. Those things weigh about 1,000 pounds. So,
I think he was just tickling your butthole, bro.
For the whole class's butthole at that point.
Just suspend your belief right now.
Go ahead, though. Keep going, bro.
But yeah, pretty much like you said, like when he like sliced through the entire deer with the bike. It's one of those with like the hard fairing in front. He was so pissed off afterwards. He got out and started fucking shooting his Glock in the middle of the desert.
Ricky, were you talking to Adam or were you talking to Julio?
No, I was talking to Julio. It's just this is such
a
wild
So my
story.
curiosity is like, did this dude like slam through the bear and just like destroy it into pieces?
Who the fuck cares? He killed a bear with a fucking bike.
Know, man. Yeah, in a perfect world, like the bear would have caught him. Like, whoa, got you, buddy. You're going pretty fast.
Yeah. Gives him a bear hug.
Wouldn't that have been funny? Got you. The bear stands up, steps back, and grabs him, and the bike keeps going.
Keep going.
It's a Care Bear.
You thought you were gonna get away with it.
And all of a
He
sudden,
gives him a pat on the back.
And all of a sudden, that dude from Mortal Kombat pops in. Finish him.
Yeah.
Freaking ripped his head from his fucking body like a fucking predator.
Oh, dude.
Spinal cord jangling.
Fucking wild.
That's crazy.
Well, Adam, I know we kept you longer than planned, so we'll let you go. But before you drop off, let our listeners know about your podcast and how they can find you.
Yeah, man. It's called My Shitty Podcast. It's so shitty it only has one T. So I started this podcast to just kind of interview everyday Joes, and we most commonly talk about like the shittiest part of your day. But before that, I'll do a small segment before the interview, like dad jokes in the news that you guys so graciously joined me last week. And awesome. Every show we end with a poop story. So at the end of the interview, I ask my guests if they've pooped their pants or have a close call. So it's kind of like a lighthearted way to end the podcast. It's everywhere where you get.
I'm 30. At any time, I'm thinking, is this a fart or should I go sit down?
For real.
I've woken up out of naps.
Yeah,
ran to the toilet before.
Dude, you know, if you go to the movies and you gotta let one loose, you're like, oh, hey guys, I'll catch you later. I'm going home.
You gotta make the awkward crab walk.
You know, you shit your pants, your night is over.
Oh,
doesn't matter what you were there to do. It's fucking over. Like, but wait, you're all right. Uber, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. At 30, I'm not. Every time I need to fart, I'm like, what did I eat?
Yeah.
This is possibly gonna turn to shit.
Yeah.
In my case, I'm just like, what did I eat? Oh, you're fat. Never mind.
So do you have Instagram, IG? Like, what are your handles, bro?
Yeah. You can follow me. You could basically follow me any social media outlet. You know, you have to do it if you've got a podcast. You need a Twitter. You got an IG. It's at My Shitty Podcast. You type that in with one T. It's easy to find me. So My Shitty Podcast with one T on Instagram, on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, all the hot spots.
Oh wow.
And yeah, everything in between. So check it out. Hopefully, you guys give it a listen and enjoy it.
Absolutely. Good night.
Definitely.
Absolutely,
I'm
bro.
sure
We'll
listeners are
definitely,
going to want to
we'll
have you
definitely
back
make
on
sure
the
we'll
show.
follow.
They want to see young Fred Durst again.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe at
That's
some
right.
point we can do like an in-person recording.
Yeah,
Do
I'd
it all
love
for the
that.
follows, bro.
That's
Fuck the Mickey. Do it
right.
all for the follows.
I'll get my my khaki Dickies and red ball cap.
Oh,
Let's go, man.
group
Nah,
A, that'd be a dope group photo.
Dickies in a
Yeah,
cap.
yeah. People will be like,
Pleasure having you
wait,
on, brother. Hope we get you on again.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, man.
And
Reach
secure
out.
yourself
Thanks
out
so much,
there.
Danny.
Yeah, dude, be in touch.
I will. Thank you again so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks
All
for
right, no
joining.
problem. Catch you later, Adam.
It's great having you, man.
Thank you.
Hasta luego, señor. I'll see you later.
Oh, he's out.
He's out.
All
He's
right.
out. All right, let's segue to our next dirty joke, and then we'll do the next segment. So let's see what we got here.
Hold on. Can we take a quick break real quick? I gotta take a piss.
Yes. All right, so now we're in for back-to-back jokes. We're going to skip the Karen segment for next time, so we got back-to-back jokes. So joke number 1. What do a clitoris, an anniversary, and a toilet have in common?
I can probably miss them when I'm
Go ahead,
drunk.
bro. Tell me.
Julio's kind of onto something. So men
I
usually miss
usually-
all 3.
I can miss all 3 of those when I'm drunk as shit. I
You
can
read
tell you that
the
right now.
damn joke.
No,
Thanks
I
for-
really do. No, I'm dead serious. I will miss all 3 of those fucking objects when I'm fucking
All right.
shit-faced.
You
You know what
just
else
said you did say your girl listens to this, right?
You know what else you miss, Julio?
Hey, she finds it entertaining.
You know what else you miss, Julio?
What?
Fucking workouts.
Bruh.
All right, next joke. So the position known as 69 is now 96. Due to the pandemic, the cost of eating out has gone up.
Nice.
True.
Fucking
That is true. Oh, man.
So
I would tip my hat to you,
I
Jose, but it's firmly secured on my fucking head. So
will rebuttal that by saying that sometimes, due to the pandemic, that's all I got to eat.
Damn.
man, so I guess some people can't afford it, so that's some people's fuck my life moment, which will our next segment.
sometimes you need a good, well-cooked meal between some thighs.
Yeah. So Marcus, what's your fuck my life moment?
All right, so I got 2. So the first one is some teachers basically were playing Scrabble, I guess, and it ended up turning into a racial slur. So they posted it with them like holding the fucking spelling of it, and yeah, they're getting some backlash from it. In fact, we got video, so let's go ahead and roll the clip real quick.
All right, roll the clip.
Students and families are demanding accountability from a Missouri school district. That's after an image posted on social media showed a group of white teachers holding up letters during a Scrabble game that spelled out a racial slur. According to Fox's St. Louis affiliate station, KTVI, a photo posted over the weekend on social media showed Christian school district employees in O'Fallon, Missouri, participating in a human Scrabble game. The 5 teachers were seen in the photo holding up letters that spelled out an abbreviated word that starts with, quote, C, that is widely considered a racial.
And we're back.
All right. No, so the whole point of Scrabble is to come up with the actual words, right?
Yep, and get points for each letter.
I think where it becomes racist is when you post it to try to get likes for it.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree with that.
Here's my thing, though. Wouldn't you know damn well posting a racial slur would piss people off the way cancel culture is now?
The way society is in general now. That should never.
But like in reality, that's what makes it racist, right? Because if it was just us 4 playing Scrabble and somebody used a racial slur, technically it's still a word.
Yeah,
it's a word you're not supposed to use to like towards somebody and shit like that, but it's a word nonetheless. I honestly believe that it becomes racist once you post it because now you're trying to get patted on the back for being racist.
Exactly.
Pretty much. Which kind of makes it seem like a publicity stunt.
Because I think Marcus had the right idea. Like how many points did I get for that though?
Yeah, when you play Scrabble, don't you like a certain number of points for like each different letter is like worth a certain amount?
Yes.
Obviously.
So, yeah. Now that where they fucked up was just posting about it and making it public. They should have kept it.
You should have just kept your goddamn mouth shut about it. I mean, not saying that we condone it, but to be honest, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you opened that Pandora's box yourself, so reap what you fucking sowed, dumbass.
I think, to me, it's like people
I honestly
are so
don't
eager
condone
for
it.
attention. Yeah, I don't condone this, but it's like people are so eager for attention nowadays on social media or anywhere, even in real life, that look what I did, and they don't think twice. You know, you did something that's not appropriate. You dumbass.
Well, for them, social media is real life.
I'm more on the competitive side to where like I don't condone it, but I play for keeps.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like that person really wants to win, so they probably ran out of words. I was like, all right, I'm gonna use something.
We're playing for slips.
But shit, I had posted online. Fuck up right there.
Yeah, that was the ultimate fucked up. That's the ultimate fail.
There was that shit, and then I got Speedy Gonzalez and Pepe Le Pew are being canceled.
Hey, don't fuck with Speedy Gonzalez, motherfuckers.
Okay,
yeah, don't fuck with Speedy.
I get fucking
like that.
Here's the shit that's funny about Pepe Le Pew. I get exactly why they're fucking canceling him. He fucking rapey. We all know this.
Yeah, that boy doesn't understand boundaries.
Here's the thing: we all knew, like, as kids, like, didn't you guys know that shit was wrong when you watched him, like,
oh yeah, you got like
groping the damn cat? Every time I was like, bro, like, she's gonna fuck you up. Like, leave her alone.
Dave Chappelle called that, like, I don't know if you guys caught the 2002 special Dave Chappelle did, but he made a joke where he was like watching that with his I think it was nephew or something, and he was teaching the nephew the wrong lesson, just like, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get what you want.
I'm pretty sure that the punchline to that joke was when his nephew was like, you know, sometimes you just gotta take the pussy like Pepe. But no, that's completely wrong. I don't get Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what the fuck
nobody
is wrong
says
with
Mexicans are fast at things. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it is actually Speedy Gonzalez. It's just that he's fast and his last name is Gonzalez.
Yeah,
and he runs hella
quick. Yeah.
And aside from speaking a couple of words in Spanish, that's it.
And if you really know like Mexican culture, they're really proud of their big sombreros. You know?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: like, we all knew this was coming after they tried to cancel Dr. Seuss.
Oh yeah.
Successfully. They tried and they succeeded.
Didn't they also successfully remove fucking Aunt Jemima, fucking Uncle Ben, and a whole bunch of other people, including Lando Lakes, the fucking Native American chick that was on Butter? They removed all of that shit. Mind you,
the weird thing,
the guy, the mascot, Colonel Sanders, is still on the front end of fucking KFC though.
Here's the weird thing to me, right? And this is what I don't ever understand about cancel culture. Mm-hmm. Because to me, cancel culture is you're not willing to admit your wrongdoings.
You just want to change history.
Because when we see these, exactly. When we see these things, you know, like, you know, Aunt Jemima, Mr. Ben, Speedy Gonzalez, like all those guys are a reflection of who we used to be. Yeah, we want to be better, but we can never forget where we come from.
So if
we forget, it's just like that saying, right? Like those who don't remember history are doomed to repeat it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's exact. So we're basically doing the exact same thing as. Like,
well, we're etch a sketching it, right? So if we etch a sketch it, we're doomed to repeat the same thing. Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, sorry that to like, for example, some of you guys are parents and you guys understand that, like, certain things that we learned growing up were wrong. But it doesn't mean that we have to hide them, because when our children ask us why these things are wrong, we could point at the reason, like, yo, this is why it's wrong.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to just pretending it never existed at all.
Yeah,
exactly.
Revisionist history never happened.
What I see about cancel culture is they don't go after anything important. It's like,
well, when did we got rid of Hitler? When did we got rid of Hitler in history?
They're
When did
not
we got
even
rid of
they're
Hitler in
not even
history?
trying to remove him, and he was as bad as they come.
Exactly. Or hey, didn't a doctor just commit like a bunch of fucking atrocities at an immigrant camp in Georgia? You guys aren't over there fucking going off on
and we shouldn't
blood,
remove them. Like to Ricky's point, like Hitler and like all these other like bad things, we shouldn't remove them because they're perfect examples of like what not to do, and like our shitty past. So you got to keep them there to remind us.
Yeah, but here's my thing though. If you like, of course they obviously see that and they remove it, and they're basically trying to rewrite shit to try and make it seem more palpable to people in the future. But the problem is that shit still exists and it's still happening.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, no matter how hard you try to remove shit, it's still gonna somehow come back to the surface. So you might as well embrace what it was, learn from it, and move the fuck on.
Like I think it's one thing if like you
religious,
remove like.
But doesn't the Bible state that anything done in the dark will surely come to light?
Exactly. Yeah. And to be honest, you don't even have to be religious to understand the meaning of that phrase itself.
No. What irks the shit out of me is like, God damn it, I lost train of thought. Keep going, guys.
All right. Well, I'll switch to my topic. Something that was done in the dark and came to light. But there was this couple that had their Fitbit synced, so they each got each other's updates. And this I think it was a boyfriend was gonna go out with the boys, and the Fitbit synced some activity between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m.
Yeah,
and it's pretty significant activity. So he was just supposed to be with the boys playing video games, so not being.
The heart rate monitor went through the roof.
Heart rate monitor.
So I saw that video.
Who wears the Fitbit during sex though?
Hey man, you want to count them calories, bro?
No, the fuck you don't.
You want to see how?
I'm sorry, but any girl that thinks that, like, damn nigga, you wearing the Fitbit, like, yeah, that's so sexy. It's fucking weird.
Yep.
How do you wear your watch when you fucking have sex, Julio?
Hell no, bro. I take all my shit off.
Then why the fuck would you even say that?
Motherfucker, I didn't say I do it, you dipshit.
Dumbass, that's my whole point.
Maybe
if you practice what you preach, motherfucker, if you gonna sit here and defend some shit,
buy me a Fitbit.
That's hypocrite talk. I ain't your girlfriend. You better tell her to get you some shit. Oh no, we broke up. Anyway,
is there a clip of this, Wolves?
There is possible. So when I saw the video, she basically highlighted the fact that he burned 500 calories at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, damn.
So there is video. I got the video actually. I'm gonna put it up there. Hopefully we don't get a copyright.
That's a small meal.
But I honestly think since all of our videos so far don't really have copyrights, I might risk it on just this one, just so people can see the fucking video.
Or it's the worst to give us a warning.
Let's play it.
Woke up in the morning and thought, let me make him some breakfast, and I got a notification on my Fitbit. The Fitbit that we'd synced together, that between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning, last morning, he had burned over 500 calories. I shoved that breakfast where the sun don't shine, darling.
We're back, guys. We're back. So yeah, fuck my life. Couple goals sinking Fitbits, get caught cheating.
Dude. Sounds like you're being, you know what? That's the new way for women to track you nowadays.
Moving on.
Sweet. All right, and then we got Julio's That's My Last Moment, which seems like you were really torn about J-Lo and A-Rod splitting up, Julio.
The fuck?
Nah.
just kidding.
I'm like, bro, did you read the script? No.
Damn, you got me on that one. I was like, what the hell?
Sure you're real.
Yo. For a second, for real, I thought that I'm like hallucinating because you guys were messing with me the other day. So I'm like, fuck, what the hell am I really up to? But anyway, so this female employee was videotaped by her employer breastfeeding her infant child 22 times in her company conference room, right, at her job.
Actually, she was pumping breast milk, not breastfeeding her child.
My mistake. Anyway, so it's pumping breast milk. she found out after she found one of the hidden cameras and confronted her employer. Employer fired her. She sued and took him to court and pressed charges on him. What's fucked up in this situation? What, Bulls?
Yeah, you fucked up that entire story. First of all, she did not fire her. She quit immediately once she found the camera, and
Thank you for the correction.
she basically went to the police afterwards.
I stand corrected.
Don't want to get fact checked.
No, thank you. Well, pretty much to sum it all up, the guy pretty much ended up getting a 2-year supervised probation sentence instead of him having to serve 6 years in prison.
Was he white?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the judge was female.
Now, the judge was female. And of course, obviously, he had to register as a sex offender afterwards, which we all know does horrible things to your life once that occurs. But I'm just like, yo, really? You let him slide on 6 years in jail? What the fuck is wrong with you as a judge?
They only gave him 9 counts of privacy invasion. He filmed her 22 times. The fuck?
Listen, white privilege is a thing.
Wasn't she also white?
It doesn't matter. He was white, right? He was a white male in America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good point.
Look at Brock Turner. Brock Turner, the swimmer from Stanford. That dude got the lightest sentence ever.
All right, so let's move on to our next dirty joke. So we have a boy and a girl are talking, and the boy says, "I hate this principal. He's so dumb." The girl says, "Do you know who I am? I'm the principal's daughter." So the boy replies, "Do you know who I am?" And the girl says, "No." And he says, "Good," and walks away.
That's funny.
Look, I'm important enough
Scott
not
free.
to tell you who I am. Bye.
Let's keep it that way. We don't
Got
snitch on me.
Yep.
So let's go to what are you doing segment. I'll kick us off this time. So this could very well. I've also been on the F My Life for Burger King UK, but last week, as you guys know, was International Women's Day. So shout out to all my hardworking women out there making moves. Burger King wanted to highlight you guys, but did it in a "what are you doing" type of way. So Burger King UK posted a tweet that was very clickbait. It said, "Women belong in the kitchen." That's all it said, right? Then they followed up that tweet with, "If they want to. We have a scholarship program for women that want to be chef. You know, only 20% of chefs in the UK are women, so we're doing a scholarship program," right? So they meant well, but leading with that clickbait, "Women belong in the kitchen," and they posted that on Women's International Day.
Wow.
Huge fuck up.
Yeah, no, I think they should have gone with something more like, "Are you one of the women that belong in the kitchen?"
That would have been more appropriate.
You're
like
Burger King. Not really a who's who of fucking chefs.
Yeah, like if Chipotle had posted something similar, maybe I could see that. But Burger King, come on.
Wait, Chipotle?
Dude, no.
It's just to me, it's the aspect of like I get where they were going. Like they were trying to make a joke out of it, right?
They had good intent.
But the idea that, like, for example, like you said, where was this story from?
Burger King UK.
Okay, so it's from the UK. Only 20% of women represent chefs and cooks in the UK. So therefore, they were trying to essentially imply that like they need more women to represent people in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. So I get where they were going with it, but definitely a horrible way to go with that.
Here's the problem though. Like, you could even if you say you want women to represent more people in the kitchen, they can still pull the whole "oh, you think we just belong in the kitchen" argument.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like the first tweet should have had all the context. You can't have just ended it right there.
I mean, you do get don't you get like 150 characters to eke out a decent tweet? I mean,
hey, listen, fuck. I run our Twitter account, and I guarantee you that 150 characters at times is not a good look. Especially if I'm trying to actually spell things. Sometimes I have to use fucking numbers and like emojis and shit. Like, and even when you use an emoji, that's pretty much like 50 characters in itself.
Damn.
Just one emoji, so 50 characters?
Yeah. Something like that, yeah. That's my point. Like, so when it comes to Twitter, it becomes very difficult to try to actually like make something very catchy because you have so few characters. 150 characters isn't actually enough to get your point across in a non like racist, sexist, bigot manner.
You got to come up with the best clickbait possible on Twitter, pretty much, with that limited amount of
Like
characters.
you have to be 100% on your clickbait when it comes to Twitter.
I mean, they definitely succeeded in getting attention, but I think
they got clickbait all right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
More the what they said rather than the scholarship program. So that's a fail. Shame on them. So Julio, what do you got? You got a deranged man?
A deranged man in Manhattan this past Friday ended up.
Julio, hold on real quick. That's not me trying to defend them, by the way. Like, I actually think they were wrong for that. And
no, totally, I agree. Yeah.
Their Twitter account, whoever is running their Twitter account should be reevaluated because think about it. Like, we have 78 followers on Twitter, and it's for the same reason because I am very selective of what I say on Twitter.
Exactly. We support our women.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I believe in women's rights. I support our women. I think that everybody should have equality. I think humans are humans, and we should all be on the same playing field. Like our abilities should speak for themselves.
I've worked in the EMS field with women that were like half my size and like a third my weight, and can lift, if not move, more weight than I could, and handle situations better than me. So.
Because you're so fucking fat that all you have to worry about is those 300 pounds you carry around, you piece of shit.
Looking around your fat flaps is enough for you, apparently.
So what happened with the deranged man? We love you, Julio. What happened to the deranged man?
Yo, y'all never seen me move like a 600-pound lady before. Right? Trust me.
We don't want to see that.
There's a really horrible joke
neither
and I love you enough to not say it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it too, but no.
Well, I might be violating HIPAA if I do. Let me shut the hell up on that subject.
Unless you say her fucking name, dumbass, you're not violating HIPAA. Shut up.
I'm in California. I don't trust shit. Anyway,
doesn't matter.
A deranged man who tried to chat her up with this woman in Manhattan at a subway station this past Friday morning ended up shoving her onto the tracks as the train was coming into the station after she pretty much had told him to leave her alone.
Last one, Jose. Catch up.
Yep.
I got a quarter left, man. I'm working on it.
But yeah, so Friday morning, the man walked up to her, started talking. According to the cops, when the women asked to be left alone, the suspect became combative, argued with her. The victim took out her cell phone to take a picture of him, and that's when he just shoved her into the tracks as a train came in. And she is dead. Yeah. Like, mental illness, man.
No, she didn't. She didn't die. No? Actually. She was able to climb out before a train came.
Yeah.
So honestly, the funny thing is, well, not funny, but there have been a lot of fucking subway pushings like over the past 6 months, give or take. Clearly years. Because when I tried to look for the video of this, I saw a previous video of a dude who just shoved a woman in front of a train and fucking killed her. So I think that was the one you were talking about. And that one was also in New York. That was in the Bronx.
That might have been the video I came across this morning when I was looking it up.
So just that by itself was wow.
What are you doing?
That's
Marcus,
still way too frequent.
You got two on here. You got Amazon changing to.
All right, so Amazon. So if you guys we all got Amazon, so you guys know their fucking logo. So they changed their logo for the first time in a long time. I don't know if you guys can see this, but
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, now it looks like a box.
So they changed it. They basically, so they had a piece of tape right over the top, and it was fucking serrated. to kind of give off that they just freshly like wrapped the package or some shit. So apparently people were complaining, saying that fucking looked like Hitler's fucking mustache.
Yeah, nah, fuck you.
So they changed it from that to, they didn't say you fuckface.
No, I'm just saying fuck people in general.
Yeah,
Simply because, like, if you're looking at something, for example, this goes back to the Dr. Seuss conversation we had the other day, right?
Yeah.
Right.
If you're looking at it in a racist manner, like
You probably
you're the
are.
racist one.
Exactly.
You're the racist one.
If the word racism comes to your mind when you're looking at some shit, you're the racist.
It's
You're
a
only gonna
goddamn
find
inanimate
you
object.
can only find something when you are looking for it, and if that's what you're looking for in everything you see, any interaction, any item, anything is gonna be racist. What's next? The H on a Honda is gonna stand for Hitler?
I mean, there
Like,
you
it's
go
like
again
me
with
saying,
like
bro.
fucking just like
me
Aunt
saying,
Jemima
bro.
and fucking Uncle
Mr.
Ben.
Ben.
No
Yeah.
one had an issue with Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima until fucking liberals and
Okay.
assholes decided to say, "Oh, that's racist to
It's
have a
like-
black woman on the cover of fucking pancakes and shit."
It's like me saying bro about something, and like, damn, that bro is really fucked up, right? And everybody automatically thinking that I'm talking about a white person.
Yep.
And we call each other bro all the time.
Yep, bruh.
Like racism is only it only exists. Like, don't get me wrong, it exists in reality because some people are genuinely racist. But when we choose to see racism in things, it's simply because we want to view things through that filter.
Exactly. And so, because something apparently is an eyesore to one, you assume everyone else should be outraged. So, like, you guys can't think for yourselves, so I'll just get rid of this for you.
Yep.
You can't think for
what
yourself,
you're
so I'm
telling.
going to think for you, which is what they assume that society has done for everybody else.
Which is inherently more racist than the
listen,
shit you're
listen,
outraged
listen,
about.
listen. Do you need some help getting off your goddamn high horse?
Clip clop.
Hey
Clip
guys,
clop.
I know we were pushing this episode a little long, but I got one for you. So
Yeah, I'm not done.
speaking of oh my God. Come on.
Go ahead, Julio. You started. Go ahead.
So speaking of
motherfucker.
cancel culture, right? The EPA has been trying to pass this bill that would eliminate people taking motorcycles, cars, trucks, and making them into race cars, right? For like, personal use, taking them to the track or
oh my
going
God,
to Sand Dunes and
who
off-roading.
the hell
Go fuck yourself,
cares?
He's about to go
Right?
piss himself.
Whatever. So here's what pisses me off about that, right? So for people who can't think for themselves, and you go to like a webpage that the EPA created and says, this is why we're getting rid of this, because these cars are polluting the atmosphere. And I'm like, dude, race cars, at least in this country, are maybe like 2% of vehicles out there, right? But go, what?
I'm missing destroying the Death Star for this shit.
Yeah, fuck you.
Johnny, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Don't worry. This guy's talking about nothing.
No, but so for the people that like build these cars at shops, people that manufacture like aftermarket parts that aren't going to have a job because the EPA is trying to get rid of this shit, that's nothing. But again, because someone's saying, "Oh, we're doing this to protect you because you drive a Prius, and this person's driving a fucking like souped up muscle car every day." Is Ricky gonna jump out the window?
He's thinking about it.
Cool. All right, cool.
No. I'm just out here looking for a fucks to give about your story.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I thought the story was gonna connect, but
I'm
trying to get at is
Ricky.
No, hold on. Hey, fuck you guys.
Ricky,
Listen up.
come by the farm. Come by the farm. I got one fuck to give left. One. You can have it, bro. You can have it.
Go ahead, bro. Wrap it up.
Here's what I'm getting at, though, right? The only reason this is getting pushed through is because people that are behind this are like, "Hey, look, this is good for you. We're going to get rid of these people." But it's not. Because why? Because nobody wants to think for themselves, right?
You know who else thought about getting rid of people? Hitler.
That's right.
And you know what else? Who's probably gonna get rid of that teacher who made the 5-year-old clean the toilets with his bare hands.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Also, how did a 5-year-old get bare hands?
Right? Like we're like I
That's a
had to
unique
send
mut-
I
that's a
wanted to
very
send a tweet to the
unique
teacher
mutation.
like, so were they black bear, grizzly, polar? Like what's the dimensions here? I need to know.
He's 5 years old. They're Winnie the Pooh bare hands. You know?
Oh, fuck.
Winnie the
You're right,
Pooh.
right. Winnie the Pooh, definitely. Maybe a Boo Bear, Yogi.
So what happened with their bulls?
All right, so so she's facing a shit ton of backlash, basically because the child, I'm assuming, stopped up the toilet when she went to the bathroom.
Oh.
So this teacher's excuse was to teach her not to stop up the toilet, so she made her clean the toilet with her bare hands. And I think I got footage.
Where is this?
Do it. Let's do it.
This is in Kansas.
A disbelief.
Ashley Murray says she was horrified when her 5-year-old told her what happened at school.
They basically made him go in the toilet and get his feces and tissue, the dirty tissue out of the toilet.
Ashley's son is a kindergartner at Crystal Hill Elementary School. She says as soon as she found out, she jumped into action, pulling her son out of the classroom and enlisting the help of her mother, Tammy Murray.
You want a child to put their hand in there physically and clean out the commode? No. He's not a janitor. He's not a custodian. He's not maintenance. Not at all.
Pulaski County Special School District says they are actively investigating the situation. Meanwhile, Ashley says the teacher called her personally.
When she got on the phone with me, she said she didn't have an explanation. She just knew she was wrong. But she stated to the principal that she was trying to teach him how not to stop up the toilet.
I told her that's not good enough for me.
The mother-grandmother duo say something more than just a phone call needs to be done.
She needs to be terminated because you don't treat kids like this. He's a kid.
I don't ever want this to happen to another child again.
And we're back. That's fucked up.
Yeah. Like, how in the hell do you equate saying you're teaching the child a lesson by getting them to clean a toilet with their bare hands? In other words, she literally had to touch shit with her own hands.
You're exposing the kids to more fucking germs.
10 COVID.
And shit.
That's a lesson I don't want my kid to learn. I would be livid as a parent.
So
what did you think that was a good idea in the first place? Would you do that to your own children?
No,
and I'm pretty sure this has something to do with the child being black. I hate throwing race into this, but the child was black. I mean, we could do, what if the child was white, but it happened, so it doesn't really matter.
We could, and let's do it. Because quite frankly, like if the child was black, the consequences would have been different.
If the kid wasn't black, I'm pretty sure he would have been given gloves and cleaning supplies.
Or the teacher would have just cleaned it her fucking self, which is what she should have done in the first place.
Also, yeah, I was gonna get at that.
Yo,
I was gonna say that
like,
at this point, it seems like the teacher just didn't want to do it herself, so she got somebody else to do it.
How underfunded is this school? They don't have a janitor to do this shit.
Seriously, Julio? You're asking that question. It's a public school.
You have a joke for me, right? You have a joke?
It's a public school in Kansas.
$20. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet the janitor called off that day?
He did, yeah. So, all right, I got the closing joke for us guys, and it's relating to a job. So it says,
"Oh boy,
how is your job and your wife different? After 5 years, your job still sucks."
Oh man!
And
is that what I'm looking forward to?
It was a joke.
Is that what I'm looking forward to? Jose, don't lie to me, bro. Is that what I'm looking forward to?
I'm on moving on year number 4, so I'll let you know in a couple more years.
Okay, cool.
According to my girl, I don't have to worry about that.
I'm not even like.
Oh wait, she's not my. Oh wait, she's not my wife yet. My bad.
Marcus, didn't you just text us about this? Didn't you just text us about this? So you should worry about that. Asshole. You should worry about that. Worry about it hard, bro.
we'll conclude episode 20. But before I do a closing remarks, want to give a shout out to At the Movies podcast. They recently gave us a shout out on their last episode. You know, we mutually follow each other on Instagram and Twitter. So At the Movies podcast, if you're looking for horror and thriller movie recommendations, really good podcasts, go check them out. So we see you. Thank you for showing the love. And with that, if you don't already follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, please do. You know, like, share, subscribe, spread the word, help us keep growing. We appreciate all you guys, and we'll catch you again next week. Peace.
Next week. Peace out, guys.
Peace.